All my Tubies, my TikTokers, and my Teletubbies, it's SheilaTruelove here with you. And I was just looking at a TikTok, and it made a really good point that anytime a woman have healthy boundaries, it's like you become this villain with men and with other people. You know what? I realize I will never give up my sanity ever again when it comes to catering and trying to be I'm not a people pleaser. I've outgrown that. You're supposed to outgrow that by the time you're in your 20s. Let me move this up a little bit more because the light glare is there. But anyway, I'm going to share this TikTok with you. I have to hold it up because I'm using my laptop as the camera. Okay, here we go. Uh let's listen in.
Our society hates women. I say this as someone who has a PhD studying gender stereotypes and who's also a woman surgeon. But a nuance that's not often covered in these conversations is that there's a specific type of woman who we really, really hate. Watch this.
I've heard rumors that you're very rude. What's your thoughts? I'm going to be really honest right now. I'm not. I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about it. I'm not a rude person. I'm not an unkind or mean person. I would never go out of my way or consciously try to hurt anyone's feelings or make them feel bad or uncomfortable or not be professional and do my job. I like my job. But I will continue to stand up for myself. And I'm never going to stop standing up for my right to be heard, my right to be treated respectfully and professionally in return, my right to draw boundaries. I am a strong woman, and I'm not going to apologize for that. And I'm not going to on behalf of my daughters, and I'm not going to on behalf of all of you sitting in the audience. We should all have the right, the basic human right to say, I'm sorry, I'm not comfortable with that. I don't like that. Like, this is not okay for me without it making me, I can't say the word, but I know what the word is.
Yeah.
The word.
Everything she describes that people did not like, things like her being direct, things like her setting boundaries, these are exactly the things that people really don't like in women. And that's because we have something called gender schemas. So these are kind of guidelines for how we expect men to behave and how we expect women to behave. And unfortunately, they're binary. That's the nature of these gender schemas. And basically, we expect men to behave in an authoritative manner, in a decisive manner, to act with confidence, and what we call agentic traits. And we expect women, on the other hand, to espouse what we call communal traits, which is being nurturing, kind, and caring. So basically, women who kind of carry those communal traits and are constantly checking on other people and trying to help other people, they can actually be very well liked, but they often are not taken seriously in terms of leadership or career potential. And other women, those who are the way Katherine Heigl described herself, with more of these so-called agentic traits, we're extremely disliked. So we may be seen as competent even, but we will not be liked. And when that happens, that negatively impacts our ability to get promotions or advance in our careers. It's not exactly news that our society hates women. I say this as someone who has a PhD.
She's absolutely right. Have you noticed that? Anytime you express a difference in opinion with a lot of people, especially when it comes to men, that's when they say you're just being difficult, you're argumentative, or you're confrontational. I can think of a lot of people, including family members, that I had to lose. I lost them because when I started setting boundaries and sticking to them, that's when they do disappearing act, so they're ready to throw you under the bus, but that's okay because now I'm so much more successful. I have a lot more peace, less drama, and I have so much more joy in my life. you know I am normally known as the bubbles in champagne. My job often asks me, why is it that you're always so happy, you're always so cheerful? Okay. um I'm always usually pleasant. When you see me in the morning, even when I get up to do my words of encouragement and power thoughts for the day, I wake up cheerful, pleasant, have my coffee, what have you, you know? And even though I may be the bubbles in champagne, you can trust and believe I do still have my boundaries, whether people like it or not. I'm going to speak my mind, but the problem I'm having with a lot of people I'm noticing is so many people have not matured emotionally. We have so many people out here who have the emotions of a baby and the mentality of a teenager. And I can always tell that when a person normally takes offense very easily. They take everything personally. They feel like they're being attacked. Or if you call them out on something, I just recently had a conversation with someone who says that, you're trying to feel more superior than the other person. What are you talking about? I don't think childish behavior. Time you are a certain age and you're still out here trying to be a people pleaser and you still care about being validated from outsiders. Let me tell you something about Sheila True Love. The only validation I need, Jehovah God, Jesus Christ, my mother, and me. That's all that matters to me. You know, as long as you agree with everything a person tells you, they're gung ho. They're right there with you. But the moment you tell them, no, I don't feel that way, or I really don't see it like that, then you see their true colors come out. The only type of people who I really find that dislike me, these people, like I said, they're very insecure. They're very childlike. They have the emotions of a child and the mentality of a teenager, and I don't get along with those type of people not too well. I don't like their energy. I don't like their vibe. And people pay to talk to Sheila True Love. I have people, they give me donations, they call because they value my viewpoint, they value my advice, and I appreciate that very much. So I know that I know how to talk to people. Like I've had my daughter, we have conflicts sometimes because she's like, well, you don't know how to talk to people. I don't like the way you talk to me. Honey, I talk to you like an adult, and you need to really grow up. Because all of this baby, I don't know how to talk baby anymore. Like the Apostle Paul said, when I was a babe, I did the things of the babe. Of a babe, I spoke like a babe. I behaved like a babe. But now that I'm a man, now that I am an adult, I put all of that baby and teenage stuff behind me. You know, I remember I had someone in my home and I had to correct this person and let them know, this is a Christian household. So please make sure that you keep your language PG. You know, of course, he rolled his eyes at me. And it wasn't long before I was escorting him to the door. You don't come to my house and disrespect my home thinking that I don't have the courage to stand up and speak up for myself. As nice as I can be, and as cooperative and a team player that I am, I do have boundaries, and I will make sure that you adhere to them. Because if you can't respect my boundaries, guess what? You won't be around Sheila True Love. You see how simple that is? You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that part out. The purpose of setting boundaries is so that you can get along with each other better. That's the purpose of setting boundaries. And sometimes you have to show them better than you tell them. I had some situation come up where somebody popped up on me, wasn't announced, didn't call, didn't get clearance to talk to me to say it's okay to come by. And when I just opened my door and pretty much chewed them out and then slammed my door, of course they took offense to it. But you know what? It is what it is. I bet you they will never do that again. Lesson learned. So stick by your boundaries and always stand up and speak up for yourself, sweetheart. Because if you don't, people will take advantage of you every time. This is Sheila True Love, always loving you and trying to help you to be better and better. As you know, this is my awareness channel, and I try to keep you enlightened. This is Sheila True Love. Until next time, my darling.